Hey, I'm Jim Weber in the Fox 13 Weather Center, and thanks for logging on to MyFoxHurricane.com. So we had lots going on in the tropics. We have Tropical Storm Fred, which made landfall yesterday across the panhandle. It is weakening. It's now a tropical depression. The Hurricane Center has now issued its final advisory on this, but still, it's bringing a lot of rain across the south. Georgia, up in the Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, heading up towards Virginia as well. Some of the heaviest rain working its way through Atlanta this morning, up towards, say about Hiawassee, stretching over towards, say, Helen, down towards Augusta as well. Greenville, seeing some pretty heavy rain. And then spreading up towards Asheville, Gatlinburg, up into Knoxville, and then stretching up into Virginia as well. So it's going to continue to rain itself out as we go through the next few days. Moving fast enough that, yeah, there will be some flooding issues in some areas, but most areas should be fine with this. It's certainly bringing some heavy rain in some locations, and we've had a few isolated tornado warnings as well. Now we look down to our south. This is Tropical Storm Grace. You look at the satellite imagery, and we are seeing a bit more organization. We're seeing more convection with this, but it still is plagued by that westerly wind shear. So it's not allowing this system to really get itself wrapped up. That, combined with also some interaction or just a proximity to land, just isn't allowing this system to really get its act together just yet. So as it continues to work its way on towards the west and moves away from land areas, and the wind shear starts to decrease, it does look like this will start to strengthen over the next few days, and that's going to allow this to probably become a hurricane as early as tomorrow. Heading over towards the Yucatan, making landfall, it looks like as possibly Category 1 hurricane. That will weaken it somewhat, and then as it moves into, say, the southern Gulf of Mexico, into the Bay of Campeche, it will re-intensify once again. Now remember, we've got this big ridge which is building to the north of this, and that's what's keeping this basically on that westerly track, not allowing it to move to the north whatsoever. So no threat to the U.S. at all with this system. We also have Tropical Storm Henri. This one still dealing with quite a bit of wind shear. That is all coming from that west and northwesterly direction. So what you see is just a lot of the tops kind of being sheared off and sitting over on that other side of the storm. So the actual center is sitting on the western edge of everything, and then you see how everything just kind of being shoved down towards the south and the east. So as we go through the next few days, this will basically just do this big loop across the Atlantic, and also just kind of looping around Bermuda and eventually heading out over open water. So that one looks like that should not be a threat to anybody, really. So you look at the GFS, and there you see the ridge building in over the state right through here, and that's what basically steers Grace on towards the west, and eventually you can see Henri will basically do that little loop and then head back out over open water as we head towards the weekend. So other than that, things we're going to continue to watch across the Atlantic, because things are really starting to heat up as we head towards that peak of the hurricane season. We'll keep you updated right here on MyFoxHurricane.com.